Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our academy where learning becomes much more easier. On this episode of dual versus catanosis, we'll be solving complex number questions from number 1 to 6, and we'll be picking questions from this mystery basket, and anyone we pick at random, we get to solve it. So I believe it's going to be an amazing ride. If you are here to subscribe, ensure you subscribe to this channel and then leave a like. So with me, I have no other person but
it's the boy Catanosis. Alright, it's a great privilege to be here with Joe Academy. So just stay on the boat as we take you on this ride.
yeah, it's going to be an amazing one.
Yeah.
So yes, see you. Yes, Mr. Catanosis, it's nice having you on board. Let's see. So this is the mystery basket, and then he's going to pick first because he's a guest here. Whatever question he picks, he's going to answer. Yep. So
alright, so
okay, I think you should show.
Wow.
The camera.
Okay. I picked number 6, and let's just go on this number 6. So I'm solving number 6 question.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So so my number 6 question says, find the modulus and the argument of I minus 1. Alright, so now we're here to solve the modulus and the argument of I minus 1. If you have been following Joe Academy, we already made a lot of explanation on complex number and how you can get your modulus and your argument. So let's dive directly to the question. So we are finding the modulus of I minus 1. Remember, for your modulus modulus of z, this z modulus is equal to what? The square root of what? X squared plus what? Y squared. So now from our question, that means our x, remember our question is always in x plus what? Iy. So my real number is what? My x is equal to minus 1, y, the coefficient of my imaginary number is equal to 1. Now someone wants to say, no, the coefficient of x is 1. No. Always get it right. Because it is interchanged does not mean x is not minus 1. So your x is always your real number, while your y is your imaginary number. So if my x is minus 1, my y is 1, then the modulus of z will now be equal to what? The square root of minus 1 squared plus what? 1 squared, which will give us the square root of what? 2. Are we together? So now this is the square root of 2. But this is now for my modulus. My modulus of I minus 1 is equal to the square root of 2. Then let's look for our argument. Now there's one wonderful way I used to tell my students to find argument. So now this is it. You just draw your graph. This is your y-axis and this is your x-axis, right? So this is your positive x, negative x, positive y, and negative y. So now from here, our x, is it positive or negative? Obviously is what? Is negative. So it will be found on this axis. Then our y, is it positive or negative? Is positive. It will be found on what? This axis. That means our angle is located somewhere around there. Now remember, the formula for your argument arg of z is equal to the tan inverse of what? Y over what? X. Alright, so this is equal to the tan inverse of 1 over what? Minus 1. So now to make this much easier, since it will be found here, what's the tan inverse of 1 over 1? You get what? 45, which is minus 45. But this is not what we are looking for. Alright, so since it's happening here, so the distance from here to this point is what? 180. So since you're having minus 45, this will now become 180 minus 45, which will give us, so our theta will now be 180 minus 45, which will give us what? 135 degree. Alright, which you can also convert to radian if you want. So that means the sum of this will be 135 degree. Thank you. So now Joe Academy, your turn.
Okay. Wow, that was really an amazing one. I guess I'll have to pick a question. Yo, I'm sure you're enjoying this show, right? You're enjoying it, and so you like. Yep. So question 4. Okay, let's see question 4. Find the solution of the equation. Okay, so let's write down our equation: x squared plus 2x equal to minus 5. Yeah, x squared plus 2x equal to minus 5. Now we're writing this equation. This is a quadratic equation, right? So we have to rewrite it. If we write it, we'll be having x squared plus 2x. We take minus 5 from this right hand side, bring it to the left hand side. It changes towards positive and we have equal to 0. See, this is a quadratic equation. And in order for us to solve this, we are going to use what is called the formula method. And it goes like this: minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is what we're going to be using to solve this question. First of all, our a, let me show you the general form of the quadratic equation. It's giving us a x squared plus b x plus c equal to 0. So looking at this, comparing, we'll know that our a, which is the coefficient of x squared, is what? 1. So write a is equal to 1. b is the coefficient of x, which is 2. And c is the coefficient of, is the constant, and it is 5. So substituting all these variables into this equation, we'll be having minus b minus 2 plus or minus square root of b squared, 2 squared, minus 4, a is what? 1, c is what? 5. Are we following? Then over 2a. 2 times a is what? 1. So solving further, we'll be having minus 2, right? Plus or minus square root of 2 squared is what? 4. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 4 is what? 20 over 2 times 1, 2. So we'll be having minus 2 plus or minus, are we following? Solving what we have in the bracket, 4 minus 20. You have 4, you owe 20. At the end of the day, you'll be owing 16 over what? 2. So now, in order for us to solve this appropriately, we can simplify this as minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 1 times 16 over 2, which can be written as minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 1 times square root of 16. The rules of surd, we can break it down, the minus 1 and then the 16 over 2. So we have minus 2 plus or minus square root of 1. From the idea of complex number, you know, we did a playlist where we dealt with the basis of complex number. We noted that I is equal to the square root of minus 1. I or j, depending on what context, is equal to the square root of minus 1. So we'll be, since we have minus 1 here, we'll be having I, and then we have times square root of 16. What's the square root of 16? 4. So we'll be having 4 here, 4i. Dividing both sides, all divided through by 2. So we're having equal to minus 2 plus 4i over 2, or minus 2 minus 4i over 2. This becomes the roots of this equation, which is what? This becomes the root of this equation, which are the values of x. So we can say x1 is equal to this, and y1, x2 is equal to this. We can further break it down to become, dividing both sides of everything by 2, we'll be having minus 1 plus 2i as x1, and also minus 1 minus 2i as x2. So this becomes the first root of the equation, and this becomes the second root of this equation. I believe we'll be able to understand this. So
yeah, you did indicate the value of y and x.
So if you actually notice, shout out.